of teaching strategies that we could just suck up like little vacuums. Sarah Breckley here. Today I'm going to try to convince you to film videos of yourself teaching your students in your classroom and to share these videos with the world as a way to give back to the field of education. I started posting these videos for parents to see what was going on in the classroom. I had no intention of collaborating. However, I started getting these notifications and emails that teachers had questions about what was going on in my classroom, and I realized, heck, I'm sharing things with teachers. Then I started looking at my subscriptions. Scroll, 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 scroll. Everybody who's subscribing is a teacher. What? We're all learning together here. Look at some of these comments. What level are these kids? You talk too fast. I got a problem. So let's get serious. I'm sure some of you are thinking,
heck, I don't have anything to share.
Well, if you don't, I don't. You need to know that there aren't a whole lot of revolutionary things going on in my videos. I'd like to think, I swear, that I created parachutes and button from the dust. But maybe not. Maybe there's someone out there doing them too. If you have anything at all you're proud of that you do in your classroom, a video of that needs to be uploaded for teachers all over YouTube landia to take advantage of. I'm stealing stuff, and I'm showing you how I do it. I go read a blog, I do it. I go do an observation, and then I do it. I go watch a video on YouTube of a teacher doing something, and then I do it, and I videotape it, and I share it my way. Because teachers need to see that there's lots of ways to do things. Teacher autonomy. Even if you suck at something, once in a while teachers need to see, I'm not the only one who sucks. Sure, it's scary. Sure, I wear the same thing every day. Sure, my Spanish isn't that great. Sure, I make mistakes. Sure, half my kids aren't paying attention most of the time. Clase! Yo necesito una... Lily's lost it. Hayden's lost it. Now that I've convinced you that you are worthy and that your videos deserve to be on YouTube, let's go on to the justifications as to why I got 10 reasons besides egomania. I really want to be a good teacher, and nothing is worse than sitting on my yoga ball at the end of the day with a little voice that says,
"Your kids didn't learn anything today. You're the crappiest teacher in all the land. You should find a new job."
The only way that I can deal with all these negative thoughts in my head is to be getting better every day and to know that I've come so far from where I used to be in my teaching career. And how do I do that? Via reflection and great observations. Uploading videos is a great way to get feedback from myself via self-reflection and also from online viewers. You can notice so many things via recording yourself and watching it back. I hear numerous target language errors, which I promise myself I'll never do again. I notice when kids aren't paying attention and I focus more on them in the upcoming classes. And I notice the problems in my teaching, which are creating the gaps in student learning. And another thing you get from videos, besides self-reflection, there are tens and tens of teachers who won't hold back when it comes to online commentary and criticism. Are teachers in your district too nice when they observe you? Don't worry. Online teachers won't be. YouTube commenters will have no filter when it comes to giving you the advice you need. And they think you'll never find them because they have some handle like Smorgasbord72 ole ole. How many other teachers get so much incredible feedback? It might feel like an everlasting torture device, but heck, it's good for you. What happens in our classrooms is way too private. And many teachers never get to get out of their classroom and see what other teachers in their own districts are doing, let alone from around the world. We need more collaboration and we need more professional development time. Unfortunately, lots of districts don't put this in their budget and they don't put it in our schedules. So when are people supposed to be able to grow based on what other people are doing? We need time for collaboration and learning from each other. So if we can't do it at school, where are we gonna do it? On our couches. Sharing videos of our classes is free PD for teachers around the world that they can take advantage of anywhere at any time. Teacher retention. Why don't principals in many districts have a huge pool of qualified world language teachers whenever a position is empty? Parents want the cream of the crop, but guess what?
You ain't got no cream if you ain't got no crop.
There are many reasons for our issues with teacher retention, but one of them is lack of teacher preparedness. When we entered our first classroom and turned on the lights, we pooped our pants because we weren't actually ready to have our own classroom. Lots of districts don't provide quality mentors and the time to learn from them. And on top of that, we're continuously given new mandates from the state level, from our principals, from parents who think they know how to be teachers, without any training. It's hard for us to ever feel like we're qualified. Therefore, we leave in huge numbers every year. I would have loved to watch dozens of teachers online to see what they're doing just to know that I was doing okay. Or not doing okay. Let's talk about language acquisition via comprehensible input. You can't learn how to see out from a book. If you want to become a master at providing comprehensible input, you can't get it from a book. You gotta see that crap in action. I read all the books, I listened to the T and the B and the V and the P, and I went to the workshops, and I collaborated, and I joined Facebook groups, and I was tweeting, technology, and then I stumbled upon Tina Hargaden's YouTube channel. This crazy lady videotapes hours and hours of her teaching for people like me and you to watch and learn from. And so if you see something you like, you copy it. If you see something you don't like, you don't do it. Hours and hours of the Tina Show later, and things finally started to click for me. So if we all upload our videos, there could be millions of nuggets of comprehensible input teaching strategies that we could just suck up like little vacuums, and people would just be like learning languages in 2 seconds. Perhaps you, yes you, could be uploading your videos to help teachers in other lands provide comprehensible input for their students. Many teachers who have something to share decide to present at a conference. Sure, I've presented before, but I have some major commitment issues. How do y'all know what you want to share almost a year in advance? How do you even know if your district is gonna let you go? What if your district won't even let you go? How do y'all know what the people want and then not cry like a baby when they walk out the back door because you got it wrong? Who are these spouses that let you spend your family money when your district won't pay for the registration and the hotel and the flight to the blah, 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 blah. However, video uploads allow us to share whatever we want, whenever we want, at no cost to ourselves or to our conference attendees. How sacrificial. You don't like my video? Sorry, not sorry. It was free. You lost nothing. Move along. These aren't the droids you're looking for. Those darn millennials and their YouTube. Darn millennials. When we want to learn something, we all go to YouTube. In fact, more than 70% of us agree that if we want to learn how to do something, we can find a video how-to on the YouTube. And the most staggering fact is that by 2019, 80% of all internet traffic will be video traffic. What does that spell? Upload your videos! It only takes a few views for my students to think they're famous. Self-reflection via video recording for educator effectiveness is required if you ever want to achieve the status of a national board certified educator. What does some of these video components expect you to prove? Content knowledge, differentiation, that you have an effective and reflective practice, teaching practice and learning environment. It's true that the national board process helps identify amazing educators. I only hate them because I ain't them. So why wait? Start uploading your videos. Brought to you by the National Board for Professional Teaching Standards. The last thing I want to talk to you about is community support. We need it desperately. It takes a village to do what we do, and our students' academic success depends on community involvement. It's proven that student learning increases when families and communities are invested in our process. We need to market our teaching talents, we need to share our students' educational successes with the world, and we need to show our local communities that we are obsessed with students and learning. I'm not a babysitter. So if once in a while a parent or community member stumbles upon a video of you teaching in your classroom, imagine what that could entail for the profession in general. I'm not a babysitter. And guess what else comes with community support? We need el dinero! Que necesitamos el dinero. Voters don't vote for products they don't believe in, honey. Do you like to buy broken things? Do you like to buy broken things? ¿Cómo se dice referendum en español? Like it or not, we have to convince them that our product is valuable. So why not show them a demonstration of our product? A lot of teachers ask me about technology. I don't have a whole lot to say about that because I think it's teacher preference, and I don't want to make anybody learn something new because then you're less likely to do this in the first place. So whatever technology you like to use to video in general, that's what you should use. Some people just lean an iPhone up against a book. Some people use an iPad and a swivel dock that their school provides for them. Some people like to use a nice camera on a tripod. And some teachers like to ask a student technology expert to come to their class and video them during study hall. I, however, don't like to ask students to help me with the technology because for some reason the kid who has the technology, who's doing all the recording, gets a lot of attention. I need the attention. It's not for me, it could be for you. Another thing teachers ask me about is how I'm able to share images of minors on the internet. Most teachers in our country do not have permission to share videos and pictures of their kids. And in that case, you just do what I'm doing now. You put the camera on the front of the classroom, you stay in the front, you teach, and the audience can just hear your students interacting. I'm super lucky. My district during summer registration gives every parent a form, and it's basically a media release. And most parents will sign this form to say that yes, you may share images of their children in the community, in local papers. Parents, however, don't have to sign this form, so every year we have about 15 kids who are not allowed to film or take pictures of, and in that case, I just don't film that hour, or I just make sure they're not in the video. Thanks for watching, thanks for everything, thanks for being my friend, adios, bye, love you.
Tomen dos pasos. Adelante. Siéntense.
Estamos aquí. ¿Por qué no puede regresar a la casa? Ahora.
No tiene
No tiene la llave. ¡Qué ridículo!
Oh, solo quiero un beso y por esa boca no me importa ser ladrón. No.
Lil Pump. Yay! ¿Te gusta Lil Pump? No. ¿De quién es la botella de agua? ¿Es de Zach? Gastan dinero y reciben las cosas. 21 va 1, va 2, 21. ¿Sí? ¡Bravo! Vamos a tener una subasta.
No, gracias. Solo quiero mis gafas.
Oh no, y él no tiene las gafas y él no quiere el toro muerto. Clase, ¿qué debe hacer Thomas?
Vamos.
And she should get it.
Tú lo tienes. ¿Cómo te go?
Perfecto.
Tú lo tienes. No lo tengo.
Perfecto.
Decidió secuestrar a Justin. Sí.
Yo Saddle.
Hey, decidió secuestrar a Justin.
Bien.
Okay. Subscribete.